Now, let us solve several word problems regarding sum and difference identities. Now, in this problem, it's stated that given that sine is equal to 3 over 5 at 0 is less than alpha and less than 3 over 2, and cosine of beta is equal to negative pi over 13 at pi is less than beta less than 3 over 2, 3 pi over 2, find the sine of alpha minus beta, then the tangent of alpha minus beta. Now, let us go with letter A first. The sine of the liit, the sine of alpha minus beta. Now, if we can still remember the formula for the sine, the pattern rather, is sine cos sine. Then the operation between them will be the same as the operation inside the parentheses. So since it's minus, we use minus as well. Now it's just a matter of writing alpha and beta in our equation. Now we substitute the given values, the known values rather. So we know that sine A is equal to 3 over 5, so we just write 3 over 5, and the cosine of beta is equal to 5 over 13, so we just multiply negative 5 over 13 rather, so we just multiply it by negative 5 over 13 minus cosine of A and cosine of alpha rather, and multiplied by the sine of beta. However, we don't have the cosine of cosine of alpha and the sine of beta. Now, how can we find the cosine of alpha and the sine of beta? Using the using the given. Now, you can still remember. If you can still remember the 6 trigonometric ratios, it's here. We can use this to find the value of the cosine of alpha and the sine of beta. Now, let us look for the cosine of alpha first. Alin ba sa problem? Alin ba sa given yung may alpha? Yes, it's the sine of alpha. Now, if we look at the 6 trigonometric ratios, wait lang. Since yung sine of alpha yung may alpha, we can use that to get the value of the cosine of alpha. Now, if we look at the given, it states that the sine of alpha is equal to 3 over 5. And if we look at the 6 trigonometric ratios, we know that the sine is equal to y over r. So we can assume that our y is equal to 3 and our r is equal to 5. Now, is this enough for us to find the cosine of alpha? No, because if we look at our 6 trigonometric ratios once more, we know that the cosine is equal to x over r, but we don't have the x. So anong gagawin natin? Now we can solve for wait lang, list lang natin y is equal to 3 and r is equal to 5. We don't have the x as stated here. It's unknown. Now, how can we find the value of x? If we still remember the concept of 6 trigonometric ratios, it's entirely based off the unit circle and the Pythagorean theorem. Now, using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find the value of x. The Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of x squared and y squared will be equal to r squared. Now, we already have r squared. We already have r, which is 5. Now we just square it. And we already have y, which is 3. So we just square it. Now we don't have the x. We don't have x. Now, in order for us to get the x, it's just simple manipulation of the formula. So x squared will be equal to 5 squared minus, since transpose natin yung 3 sa kabila, magbabago yung sign, will be 3 squared. Now, x squared is equal to 25 minus 9, and 25 minus 9 is equal to 16. X squared is equal to 16. Now, for us to get the x value, we need to square it both sides. So, x will be equal to square root of 16, 4 pala. 4. Now, we know that the value of x is 4. However, we notice that the sign of alpha is located at 0 less than alpha less than pi over 2. And however, we know that the alpha is located at 0 is less than alpha is less than pi over 2. So, anong quadrant to? If we still remember, if alpha is less than, baliktarin na lang natin, no? We can rewrite this 0 less than alpha less than pi over 2. We can rewrite it as alpha is greater than 0 but is less than pi over 2. No. It's less than 0. But alpha is greater than 0 but alpha is less than pi over 2. What is pi over 2 in degrees? It's 90. So, it's saying that the angle, which is alpha, is greater than 0 but is less than 90. Now, what are the values less than 90 but greater than 0? So, 89, 88 until 1. And what are the special angles located there? It's 30, 45, 60, 90. Now, what quadrant are those? Yes, it's in quadrant 1. Now, it means that 0 less than alpha less than pi over 2 it just means that it's located at quadrant 1. Now, in quadrant 1, our sign, the sign in quadrant 1, wait lang. The sign in quadrant 1 is positive and negative. Wait, check ko lang kung tama ba. Sorry. Hindi pala siya positive, negative. It's positive, positive. Positive pala and negative is in quadrant 4. So, anyways, apologies. Anyway, in quadrant 1, the x and y are both positive. So, our x is positive. So, okay na yan. It's perfectly fine. However, if it's located at, let's say, kunyari sabi, quadrant 2, or kaya quadrant 3, quadrant 4, halimbawa, quadrant 3, and in quadrant 3, the signs are negative and negative, so our x will be negative as well. But here, since it's quadrant 1, our x will be positive. So our x is positive 4. So lagay lang natin yun dyan. Now we already have the x, the y, and the r. Now, can we already get the cosine of alpha? Yes, we can. Now we just substitute, since it's already cosine is equal to x over r, we just substitute x, which is 4, and the r, which is 5. Now, we know that the cosine of alpha is equal to 4 over 5. Now, we just write it here. Cosine of alpha is equal to 4 over 5. Yan. Now, let us find the value of sine of beta. Burahin na natin to. Ba't may paslant? Wait lang, buburahin ko lang. Ayan. So let us solve for the sine of beta first. Now pala, hindi na first, second na siya. Now, let us look at the given and look for whoever has beta in it. Now, we can see that our cosine is beta. Yan. Cosine, yung beta natin is nasa cosine. Now, we can use that to identify the value of sine of beta. Now, cosine is equal to x over r according to our 6 trigonometric ratios. So we can now assume that our x is 5 and y is 13. However, it has a negative sign. Ayan, negative sign. Now, it means that either x or y will be negative. So, but as we progress further, it won't matter naman kasi i-square natin siya, 'di ba? Basta mamaya makikita niyo rin. But first, we need to pick kung ano yung magiging negative dyan. I mean, you can choose whatever you want. Basta as long as pag dinivide niyo yung dalawa is magiging negative pa rin. No? Now, we can use 5. We can use 5 yan, to be the negative one. And y is equal to 13. Kasi negative 5 divided by 13 is negative 5 over 13. Or we can use naman, bakit R? Bakit Y? Wait lang. Pause. R to dapat. This is supposed to be R. Yung 13 natin is R, hindi Y. Now, you can also use negative 13 and the positive one will be 5. But in this case, we'll just use 13 as the positive and 5 as a negative for convenience sake. Diba? Now, according to our 6 trigonometric ratios, sine is equal to y over r. So, the sine of beta, ganda, beta is equal to y over r. However, we don't have y. Now, going back to the previous process, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the value of y. Now, x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. Now we have x, negative 5 square, c. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina kung bakit hindi magmamatter yung negative sign. Kasi, if we square nga, diba, negative number, it will just be positive. So, it won't really matter. Pero kailangan basta ganun. Plus, we don't have y is equal to r squared, which is 13 squared. Kasi ang r natin 13. Now, it's just manipulation of the formula. Y squared is equal to 13 squared minus 25 plus minus, kasi 5 squared is 25, then itinranspose natin siya, so magiging minus 25. Sulat na nga natin 13 squared. What is 13 squared? It's 169 minus 25. Now, 169 minus 25 is equal to 144. Y squared is equal to 144. And square both sides to get the y, and our y is equal to 12. And look at this. Beta is located at pi is less than beta and is less than 3 pi over 2. Now, we can write it as beta is greater than pi, but beta is less than 3 pi over 2. Now, which quadrant, anong quadrant yung angle greater than pi or greater than, ge- tama ba? Pi is, tama. Ano, yung angle is greater than pi or greater than 180, but the angle is less than 3 pi over 2 or 270 degrees. Yes, it's in quadrant 3. You can refer to your unit circle if you don't understand. Pero, if you, para pahapyaw lang, if you still remember, our unit circle is divided into 4 parts. And we have 0, pi over 2, pi, then 3 pi over 2. And it's saying that the angle is greater than, and pi, but it's saying that pi is less than beta. So it means beta is greater than pi. So automatic pag ganyan na yan. But beta is less than 3 pi over 2. So automatic pag ganyan. So anong quadrant yung included? Yung quadrant 3. Yung quadrant 3 ang ating tinutukoy na quadrant. Yun lang, kumbaga review lang for the unit circle. Next, we know that in quadrant 3, our sign are both negatives. Check ko lang. Yeah, both negatives nga yung nasa quadrant 3. So, our x will be negative and our y will be negative. And since nasa quadrant 3 siya, our y will also equal to negative 12. Yes. Now, we can erase this. Yan. Now, we have x, r, and y. Now, can we solve for the cosine, for the sine of alpha? Yes. Alpha is equal to y over r. So, just substitute negative 12 and our r is 13. So, our sine of alpha, sine of, what alpha? Sine of beta is equal to 12 negative 12 over 13. Now, this is the value of the sine of beta. Now, we just substitute it. Sine of beta is equal to, negative 12 over 13. Yan. Alisin ko na to. Now, using our calculator, we can, sige, ano na lang tayo? Mano-mano. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 over 5 times 13, 65 minus 4 times 12, 12, 24, 26, 48 minus 5 times 13 is also 65. Now, since same lang siya ng denominator, just copy it. Then, negative 15 minus 48 is equal to negative 63 over 65. Now, it means that our sine, the sine of alpha minus beta, pangit. The sine of alpha minus beta is equal to negative 63 over 65. Now, let us check using the calculator. 3, 5, 5, 13 minus 4 over negative 2. Ayun. So, it's 63 over 65. Okay, may mistake pala ako. I forgot to include the, 4 times 12, 48. But it's also negative, so it's gonna be negative 48 over 5 times 13 is 65. So it's gonna be negative 15 over 65 multiplied, plus, kasi negative times negative is positive, so just plus 48 over 65. So same denominator, just copy. Negative 15 plus 48 is 33, I think. Yeah, 33. So our sign our sign of beta, sign of beta, sign of alpha minus beta is equal to 33 over 65. Kaya pala nung tinype ko sa calculator, nagulat ako kasi ang lumabas is negative. Ang lumabas is 33 over 55. 4 over 5. Wait lang. I-recheck ko na. 4 over 5 minus 12. Ayan. Yun na yan. 33 over 65. Yun lang. Isosolve pa pala natin yung letter B. So, wait lang. Now, let us solve for... Pagod na ako. Pero sige. Let us solve for... Okay. Let us solve for the tangent. The tangent of alpha minus beta. Yeah. And if we remember, the formula for the tangent is tan 1 tan. Happy birthday. Bueno. Tan 1 tan. So tan 1 tan. And the operation for the numerator will be the same as the one inside the parenthesis. And in the denominator, it will be the opposite. So it's plus. Now, let us look at the problem. May given bang tangent of... wait lang. Nakalimutan natin isulat yung alpha, then beta. Now, let us look at the problem. Can we see something? Oo naman. Can we see something na given ay tangent of alpha and tangent of beta? Wala. So, wala pa tayo masasubstitute. We need to first get the value of the tangent of alpha and beta. Now, let us find the value of the tangent of alpha first. Since alpha siya, magbe-base tayo sa sign kasi siya yung may alpha. Now, given in the trigonometric ratio, y is equal to r. Yan, y is equal to 3 and r is equal to 5. And we don't have x. The substitute 3 squared plus y squared, but 3, x squared is equal to 5 squared minus 3 squared. X squared is equal to 25 minus 9 is 16. X is equal to 4. And since it's located at quadrant 1, ang sign natin dyan is positive and positive. Ang x natin is positive, so ang x natin is equal to positive 4. So we just erase those. So we already have x. Now our tangent of alpha will be equal to y over x. Ang y natin is 3. Ang x natin is 4. Now tangent of alpha is equal to 3 over 4. So we just write it down. 3 over 4 minus tangent of of beta plus 1 plus 3 over 4 multiplied by the tangent of beta. Tangent of beta. Now, let us solve for the tangent of beta now. We will based on the cosine of beta kasi siya yung beta. So, we know that cosine is equal to x over r. So, x over r. Our x is negative 5. And our r is equal to our r is equal to 13. And we don't have the y. Ay, bakit x pala? Sorry. This is y and this is r. I know, x over r. And we are finding the tangent of y. We don't have the y, so x is equal to negative 5. R is equal to 13. Our y is unknown. So just substitute 5 squared minus y squared is equal to 13 squared when plus pala to, sorry. Now y squared is equal to 169. 13 squared is 169 minus 25. Y squared is equal to 144. Square both sides. Our y is equal to 12. And since it's located in quadrant 3, and the signs there are negative, x and y, so our y will also be negative. So it's negative 12. There we go. Now, we can now solve for the tangent of beta, wherein tangent of beta is equal to, our y is negative 12, and our x is negative 5. Now simplify. Tangent of beta is equal to 12 over 5. So we just substitute it. It's 12 over 5. 12 over 5 multiplied by 12 over 5. Now using our calculator, we can now identify 3 over 4 1 plus over 4 yan. According to my calculator, the answer is negative 33 over 56. Therefore, our tangent of alpha minus beta is equal to negative 33 over 56. Now, let us do it the manual way naman. Kasi nag-manual tayo kanina eh. Di magma-manual din tayo ngayon. Is equal to numerator 3, 4, minus 5, 12, 5. Since hindi magkaiba yung denominator, kailangan natin kunin yung LCD, which is 20. 12, 4 times 5, 20. 20 divided by 4, 5 times 3, 15 minus 5, 20 divided by 5, 4 times 12, 48. Now, 15 minus 48. Paano kita? Negative 33 over 20. So, we just write it negative 33 over 20 minus 1 plus 3 over 4. Hindi. Diretso na natin. 12 times 3 is 36 over 4 over 5. 4 times 5, 20. 1 over 1 denominator. Ang LCD niya is 20. 20 divided by 120 times 1, 20 plus 20 divided by 21 plus 36. 36 plus ano? 36 plus 36. 20, 36 pala. Tama. 36. 20, 36. Tama. 20 divided by 21 times 36. 36. So, 20 plus 36 is 56 over 20. Check ko lang. Over 20. Tama naman. Yeah. It's 26. No. 56 over 20. Now, let's simplify by multiplying this with the reciprocal of this. So, negative 33 over 20 multiplied by 20 over 56. 33. Negative 33 times 20. 660. Tas. Over 20 times 56 is 120. Now 660. Lowest term, it's negative 33 over 56. Yan. So we just proved that our answer is correct. But it's easier to use a calculator. Now, therefore, using our calculations, we can conclude that A, the sign of alpha minus beta is equal to, tama, 63 over 65, negative ba yan? Negative, I think so. And B is equal to cosine, B, tangent of alpha and beta is equal to negative 33 over 56. Now, I hope you learned something from this video. Wait lang, may check ako. Wala pala yun dito. So anyway, I can't remember if yung 63 over 65 is negative o positive, but rewind nyo na lang kasi kaya nakakaalam. Now, I hope na may natutunan kayo from this video. regarding word problems involving sum and difference identities. And naway magamit nito sa upcoming periodical exam sa Monday, Tuesday for grade 11, 2022, 2023, 2024, batch 2023, 23, 24. Yan. Especially sa section ng compassionate. Yan. You may share this with your friends, family, relatives, para makakuha rin ako ng pera. So, thank you for watching. Our next lesson will be regarding double angle identities. Kung hindi ako tatama rin. Thank you and goodbye.